I love islands. They can be so pretty, peaceful, fun to explore, and all around awesome. There are just these random dots in the middle of the ocean after all. So hey, why not make a top 10 islands? There's no current way for me to look at every single island in the world. There are a lot. But I was able to find some interesting ones. Also, the islands have to be smaller than Cyprus, which is a Middle Eastern country. Or else they are land masses in my eyes. And those don't count. Calfincan is an island next to James Bond. Well, James Bond Island. This island, the cow one, off the coast of Thailand, looks like a giant rocky roxicle that fell from the sky and stabbed the ocean. Wait a minute. That sounds a lot like a Roman god type of thing. Hold on. No, I don't see anything about roxicles stabbing the ocean. Anyway, my point is, it's an awesome looking reverse stalagmite island. My only question is, how does this thing still stand if it's top heavy? Is it not top heavy? So, what classifies an island? Well, apparently, an island is a quote, any dot of land that has enough grass for the summer's pasturage of at least one sheep. What an odd description. What about those mile-long rock islands that don't have enough grass for half a sheep? Well, my point is that this is the smallest island in the world, according to those rules. Bishop Rock. Just a random lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. Wait a minute. Who even works here? Now call this cheating, but I'm God here, okay? This is an amazingly shaped archipelago. Archipelago being plural for island. The Belcher Islands are huge and found right off the coast of Canada. The reason why I love this is because it looks like icing you see on one of those pictures of chocolate-covered strawberries. How can an island even make this shape? It even looks like frosting when you're there. Don't be fooled though, it's just snow. So what do you call an island within a lake, within an island, within a lake, within an island, within a lake? The number 7 entry. Vulcan Point Island, located in the bottom of the Big Island in Philippines, is, well, an island within a lake, within an island, within a lake, within an island, within a lake. The last lake being the Pacific Ocean. I just want to imagine this isn't the end. On the island there's a puddle, which has a plant sticking out of it. That has a water drop on it, which so happens to contain a flake of snow or dirt, which has a microscopic particle of water. In return, contains a molecule of land. It reminds me of that Futurama Snail Tale episode.
Wait! There's a snail on the tail of the frog on the bump on this log that I found in a hole in the bottom of the sea!
The Great Blue Hole, an island next to Belize, actually made the list not because of the island, but the water inside it. The Great Blue Hole is a big, dark blue spot surrounded by lighter colored water. This is the result of a sinkhole, when the ground below you becomes weak and it makes a large hole. It's seen many times on land, but not much underwater, making this seem pretty special. It's 410 feet deep, and who knows what lives down there. Probably divers. Next to Venice, Italy, in comes the next entry. A dark entry. And I don't mean never seen light before dark, but more like macabre dark. Provalia Island houses an eerie, deteriorating building, which used to be Italy's mass containment for those who fell victim to the bubonic plague in the 18th century. When it was in its heyday, staff members were known for performing unnecessary and cruel tests on their patients. One doctor specifically tortured his patients, which led him to being pushed off or leap off the island's bell tower. Many believe it's haunted, and the fact that you have to go through this whole tedious process just to step foot on there may explain just how paranormal this place actually is. Visitors of the island can still hear screaming and bell rings, even though there is no one else on the island and the bell no longer rings from the top of the tower like it did years ago. I've seen a few animal-related islands, like Cat Island and Rabbit Island. The original island for this spot was Snake Island, by Brazil, with snakes harnessing such deadly venom it can melt skin. But I feel only one animal island should make the list, and that is Christmas Island. The name Christmas Island doesn't really tell you what animals are originally there, but this picture might. The red are all baby crabs. I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. That's a lot. It's like if you had cities in cities and these miniature cities were baby crabs. And you just filled those cities with the baby cities. And they were crabs, not cities. In a large branching riverbed in Mexico lies many islands, one being Zacha Island, which is an island completely filled with random mangled dolls hanging on trees. The story goes that some girl was found drowned somewhere on this island. The guy who found her, Julian, ended up finding dolls flow in from the same place where she drowned. He felt haunted by her spirit and started to hang the dolls in trees to please her. But I guess it wasn't enough, because Julian ended up drowning in that very same spot. People who live there claim that it's creepy at day but horrifying at night, seeing things move after hours. You know how some islands have unique wildlife that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet? That's called endemic life, where the wildlife there was isolated and had to adapt to be able to survive. Now, there are many places with this, like Hawaii, the Galapagos, Australia, but I found one that's a little less known, so I wanted to go with that one. And Australia is way too big for this list. Off the coast of the Middle Eastern country Yemen, this island is visible from space, but still not too big. This underrated island has wildlife like this, and even this tree, which is my favorite tree in the world. It's shaped like a mushroom, and when you cut it down, it bleeds red sap. That's pretty cool to me. If you want to search for it yourself, it's called Dracaena cinnabari.
Dracaena cinnabari.
Dracaena cinnabari.
Dracaena cinnabari.
Dracaena
Dracaena Cinnabari. Dracena cinnabari.
Dracena cinnabari. Or dragon blood tree. And barely squeezing its way past Socotra is Hashima Island. Off the side of Japan lies an island which accommodates an abandoned city. It's not abandoned because of a curse, but instead because almost everyone that lived there had a job at a coal mine that was on the island. But the mine ran out of coal, so everyone had to evacuate, or else there will be no purpose in living there. The city used to have about 0.77 people per square foot, meaning there wasn't much room to stretch at all. But now the island is a nice relaxing 0.00 people per square foot. When the tours are over, at least. So unless if you're one of those people who hop from island video to island video like I did to make this, I hope these islands were new and interesting. If you have a top 10 idea, put it in the comments below and it could become a future video. And like always, thanks for watching. Au revoir! Okay, just keep moving along. There's no island here.